In a bizarre twist, the inspector found himself struggling to find a culprit willing to confess to stealing Maharaja's dustbin. Just as all hope seemed lost, Nalasivam emerged, driven by his insatiable greed for 60,000 rupees. He agreed to play the role of the thief, unaware of the dark secrets that would soon unfold. There in police station, Maharaja's statement was being recorded over a phone call, with the inspector and Nalasivam listening on the other side. Maharaja began to recount the horrific events of that fateful night. As the story unfolded, we saw Maharaja's daughter return home, unaware of the danger lurking within. Suddenly, 3 men emerged from the shadows, attacking her from behind. They brutally beat her with an iron rod and committed a heinous crime, leaving her for dead. Nalasivam said, "I've been keeping an eye on Maharaja for the past week. He usually returns home around this time, but unfortunately his daughter was present today." Maharaja's voice cracked with emotion as he continued, "That night I was late returning home because I went to buy new shoes for my daughter. When I arrived, I found her bleeding on the floor and I rushed her to the hospital, and there, under the hospital bed, we saw Lakshmi, the dustbin." Maharaja's daughter's words came shivering. "I want to see and talk to the person who did this to me." Here, after hearing the whole story, Nalasivam's eyes widened in horror as he realized he was one of the perpetrators. The next day, the inspector and Nalasivam arrived at Maharaja's house, dustbin in hand. But little did they know, the real drama was only just beginning. Nalasivam was instructed to reenact the events of the robbery that fateful night. As he narrated the story, Maharaja's suspicion grew. He hugged Nalasivam, and his hands felt the bump on Nalasivam's back, just as his daughter had described. Maharaja's doubts vanished, and he was convinced that Nalasivam was one of the perpetrators who had raped his daughter. The inspector, aware of Nalasivam's guilt through their investigation, urged Maharaja to take matters into his own hands. "Kill him," the inspector said, knowing that justice would be served. Nalasivam, realizing his fate, begged for mercy, pleading for his life. But Maharaja's anger and desire for vengeance consumed him. With a fierce determination, he killed Nalasivam, ensuring that 2 of the 3 culprits had met their demise. Now it's time to find the 3rd and final perpetrator, bringing an end to the nightmare that had haunted Maharaja and his family.